Hey guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here on AEW Dynamite post-show review. Dynamite was a very good show tonight. We are only 2 weeks away from AEWRevolution PPV, which is going to be fantastic. Tonight, Adam Copeland taking on Daniel Garcia with a shot at TNT champion Christian Cage on the line. Jon Moxley versus Dax Harwood, and a Texas death match between Orange Cassidy and Matt Taven. We heard from world champ Samoa Joe and his two challengers Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page, and see the premiere of Timeless Toni Storm's new film Wet Ink. Plus, the Young Bucks battle Top Flight. Willow takes on Skye Blue. We start up Jon Moxley versus Dax Harwood. Dueling chants during an early feeling-out process that sees both men flip the other. Things get nastier during a striking exchange. Mox sends Harwood to the floor fighting off a sharpshooter attempt. Another striking exchange puts both men on their butt. Dax goes for the sharpshooter again as we get a 5-minute warning. Dax gets to after a brainbuster, climbs for a diving headbutt, but Moxley evades and locks in the choke. Harwood fights but has to tag. Mox refuses to break the hold after the bell, which brings Cash Wheeler in to save his FTR partner. BCC members put a top guy in their submission to leave them laying in the ring. Again, this is leading towards FTR versus BCC at Revolution. But later tonight we get that FTR versus BCC will happen next week on Dynamite. So let's see what happens next week. Maybe we get the trios match at Revolution between FTR and Garcia versus BCC. Renee is backstage with the Don Callis family. She recaps Konosuke tapping out Chris Jericho last week. Callis says their problem is no one wants to face them, so at Revolution, he's booking the family members against each other. It'll be Konosuke versus Will Ospreay. This is gonna be a banger at Revolution. A squash match for Wardlow. To move squash, Adam Cole was on commentary, but wouldn't talk to the rest of the announced team and only said goodbye at the end. We are slowly building the Undisputed Kingdom while Cole and MJF are healing. We see Matthew and Nicholas Jackson arriving in their private jet earlier today. They still wearing their blood-stained white suits from the assault on Sting and Darby Allin last week. Next up is Adam Copeland versus Daniel Garcia, ends in a no contest when Killswitch and Nick interference. Daddy Magic on commentary. They trade holds and Garcia gains an advantage. But he goes for a crossbody off the top that Copeland catches and he's in trouble from there. Copeland remains in the driver's seats during the break, targeting Garcia's left arm. Back on their feet for a striking exchange, but Garcia ends it with another attack on the leg. Copeland hits an avalanche impaler but can't follow up with a cover. Spear countered with a knee, but Garcia can only get to. Copeland locks in, but that's when Killswitch and Nick attacks. TNT champ Christian Cage and Mother Wayne enter. Daddy Magic has seen enough and threatens Cage with a chair, but Killswitch takes him out from behind. Wayne's World from the Prodigy, then the heels and Edge with a concerto. Garcia recovers to check on Cope, but it's too late. Video package for the Swerve Hangman draw last week that set up our world title triple threat for Revolution. Then the champ enters. The crowd chants Joe as he introduces himself. Samoa Joe is here to apologize. He'll make sure they both out of Revolution and remain the champ. And there's nothing anyone can do about that. That brings out Swerve. Strickland reminds Joe that he said at the beginning of this that it wasn't personal. But as he keeps running his mouth, it's starting to get personal. He's gone toe-to-toe with AEW's best and its legends, and it's left people saying whose house? Swerve's house. Nothing will change at Revolution, except he's leaving with the title. Here comes Page, and he wants to clarify that last week he wasn't mad, but last week was horseshit. Hangman signed a contract that said the winner would challenge for the belt at Revolution. And Swerve didn't win. The champ leaves his challengers to keep jawing at each other. Timeless Toni Storm premieres Wet Ink, which is the women's champ at a tattoo parlor. She admits you can't change the past, you have to kill it. Throughout this, Storm is making funny pain faces as she gets a tattoo, which we see changes the one she and Purrazzo got together back in the day, at Revolution. Deonna will get Toni Storm. Next up is the Young Bucks defeated Top Flight. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson make Justin Roberts introduce them by their full first names with their title. Taz is kissing up to them on commentary while Tony runs them down. The Bucks wrestle in their blood-stained suits. Things break down. Low blow from Matthew under ice as Nicholas distracts referee, and the EVP trigger ends it moments later. Tony in the ring to talk to the victors. Matthew is excited they're undefeated this year, which he thinks means makes them the top-ranked tag team in AEW. They announce themselves the #1 contenders. Complete with a graphic, Tony says Sting isn't here tonight, and starts to ask about their despicable act from last week. They line Tony up for the EVP trigger, and the lights flicker. Darby Allin is here. He chases the Bucks off with a bat, and reminds them that the mission statement of AEW was to change the world. The mission was dead, but Darby says it never existed. Thank goodness there was another EVP. And he's not talking about Kenny Omega. This gets a Cody chant. That guy is over everywhere. Back to the here and now. If the Bucks want to be Sting's last match, they need to be careful what they wish for. They'll be facing a man with nothing left to lose. But if they want it, it's showtime. Renee is in the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Anthony Bowen's officer arose for Valentine's. They all get their shtick in en route to announcing they'll be in a 12-man on Rampage. Maybe Bang Bang Gang turns heel. Next, Willow defeated Skye Blue. Stokely Hathaway is on commentary. Stoke and Taz with some great banter before the bell. Then Blue hits a drop kick at the bell. Skye comeback leads to a Dragon Sleeper, but Willow gets free and pounces Blue off the apron to the floor. Willow recovers and soon wins with a power bomb. It's main event time on Dynamite. Very physical Texas death match between Orange and Matt Taven. Both men enter alone, as we're reminded that Undisputed Kingdom took out Cassidy on Collision last week. Fast-paced open, with Taven getting an advantage partially because he pretended to call for his teammates Roderick Strong, Mike Bennett and Wardlow. Outside, Taven whips OC into the barricade a few times. OC is busted open. In the ring, Orange takes a backbreaker and a DDT. Taven gets another table as Orange struggles to get up. Dive from OC, who's gushing from a cut on the side of his head. They're teasing the table spot, and finally do it when Taven flies and Cassidy evades, sending Med crashing through the table that was draped against the announce table. Beach break from Orange, who then goes and gets a chain and another heart-shaped box. But Mike is here. Before he can do anything, Trent shows up with a pipe and a box of roses. Taven throws a chair at him, then Mike DDTs him onto a chair. Taven is down and here comes Roddy. Orange throws Roddy to the floor as referee counts 10 on Taven. That's the end of the show, folks. We have a loaded Dynamite show on Wednesday. FTR vs BCC, Joe, Swerve and Brian Cage vs RVD, Hangman and Hook. Please guys, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.